Hey everybody, Roman versus with the Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
I hope one day Kit Wilson does not come to me with a book of rhymes and do some third grade level poetry because R-Truth roasted that man in a way that was hilarious. It's the boy Harm.
What were you saying about not doing SmackDown? No, you said
I
no
said
go home shows.
I said no go home shows. The SmackDown before PLEs we should be skipping. But I know what you were gonna thinking because this SmackDown, this one. Cheers. Can we just get into it? Like, I don't even.
Yeah.
You're gonna see the thumbnail when you see it, and it literally says two things. Did Cody need to win and advance the chamber? Spoiler alert: Cody's in the chamber. And the second thing is WWE serious with this creative? That's the second line on the thumbnail because it was bad. It was bad. We kick off the show. Tiffany Stratton comes to the ring. What's the one thing we always say about Tiffany Stratton whenever we give her a microphone?
Don't give her a microphone?
This girl should not be a babyface.
Oh, yeah, no, that definitely. She really shouldn't be a babyface. She still seems very uncomfortable in the role.
100%. She starts talking about, and she gets cheered. People like her. So I understand you want to make her a babyface. But she seems and talks very uncomfortable in the role. Some of the things she said comes off better naturally as a heel. Mm-hmm. Like I said this, like obviously her Titantron and everything is Barbie doll, but her gimmick is Paris Hilton. She should be that arrogant character. It's hard because if you make her that character, I feel like it's very similar to the Chelsea character.
Okay.
They think those characters would be too similar. But it doesn't seem like it's working. And so she starts talking about how she's back on the path to winning back her to winning her championship back, and it starts with the Elimination Chamber. Mm-hmm. Nia Jackson, Lash Legend come out, and that's another thing I'm going to complain about. All of the women except for Zelina Vega on this show, some sort of Valentine's Day gear. That annoyed the crap out of me.
I can't with you.
Not everybody needs hearts on their gear of WWE. I'm sorry. So Nia Jackson, Lash Legend come out. They talk some trash. They threaten her. Nia and Lash say, "You're not going to win the chamber." Nia says to Tiffany, you remember what happens every time we're in the ring, or whatever happens every time we're around each other? And Tiffany goes, "You lose your championship match," and the crowd laughs. Eventually, Rhea and Io come out, and Tiffany makes her powder. She leaves because I forgot that this was a tag team championship match for tonight's show. Match is about to start. Liv's music hits. Liv, Raquel, and Dom come out. Liv has a microphone. Liv says, "I still have..." Well, no, that's later.
That's later.
I'm confusing segments. That's later. I don't know because I'm confusing title matches. That's later. Okay, no. So we have this match.
I was confused for a second because I was like, "Did I miss something completely?"
No. Because for some reason I'm thinking Raquel and Liv tag titles. It's Liv and women's title. Yeah. That's later. Ignore what I said. All right, so we have this match. Why? I'm not even going to get into the finish of this match because there was no finish. Lash gets pissed off and starts attacking Io outside the ring. Io's the legal competitor. Lash is not legal. Nia was legal in the ring. The ref doesn't look like she knows what to do, or I forgot which referee it was. The referee doesn't know what to do. Rhea goes to save Io. Nia is still laid out in the middle of the ring from a power bomb that Rhea hit her with, and we get a count out, which you would think is a count out victory for Lash and Nia, because Nia was a legal person in the middle of the ring. But no, this match ended in a no contest for some reason. The referee threw the match out.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes no sense. The legal competitor's on the outside.
It
She got counted.
it wasn't even out of control.
I know.
Like like this was just a big middle finger by the ref saying, you know what, this match is whack, and I don't care for it, and I'm ending it. That's what that felt like. There was zero
This was
point
a
to this
title
match.
match.
This made no sense.
This was a title match. So Lash beating down Io makes no sense because I'm screwing us out of our chance at a championship match. The referee throwing the match out made no sense because Lash wasn't the legal competitor. And Rhea, I understand Rhea attacking Lash and saving her partner. That's fine. I get that part. But then when they're all brawling on the outside, Nia coming to brawl as well makes no sense. She should be pissed at Lash for costing them the opportunity for the tag team championships.
They're not going to sow the seeds.
As the veteran of the group, I'm pissed at you. You cost us the match and a chance to the championship.
Yes, and that's something that they can hash out later.
So they brawl on the outside. Somebody gets powerbombed through a table.
No, Io does her running through the ropes thing, hits Nia, they fall through the table. And then
they fall through a table, but didn't somebody get powerbombed through a table, or am I confusing things again?
You're confusing things again. And then Lash Legend
speared Rhea through the barricade.
Yeah, through the barricade.
Yeah, and then we go off we leave the segment with all 4 women laid out.
There was just no point to this.
I've been joking around and saying we're gonna get a 6-team women's tag team championship match at WrestleMania.
It looks more like
we're gonna get that match. It's gonna be these 2 teams. It's gonna be the Kabuki Warriors. It's gonna be the Bella Twins. Like, it might be Roxanne and Raquel if you have nothing to do with the 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is just the booking decisions. Like, we have 8 weeks until WrestleMania, so we have to prolong these stories out. This is not a good way to prolong these stories out. Right, so then we get backstage segment. Carmelo's walking in the backstage. He sees...
I saw Apollo. I saw Apollo this week.
You saw Apollo this week, but Apollo also had a match. So we'll get into that in a second. We had a backstage segment, Carmelo with LA. It's LA Knight. I'm sorry, LA Knight's doppelganger. He sees Matt Cardona and we got to get into that at some point. Talk about the rumors of an LA Knight Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that. Yeah.
So Matt Cardona and Matt and Apollo Crews are just back there shooting the shit. And the first thing I noticed was Apollo was in his gear. And I'm like, all right, Apollo's in his gear. We might actually get some sort of physicality with Apollo. They both basically tell Carmelo, we're former United States champions. We would love to win an opportunity to get that match back. First of all, a Carmelo Hayes Apollo Crews match, I'm all for it. That's going to be a banger. Second of all, Apollo, you haven't been on TV for 2 years. You can't just go out and challenge for the United States Championship.
It's an open challenge.
I understand that, but so Melo basically tells them, "Yep, but tonight the open challenge is closed." So he's walking to the ring,
and that's because he was supposed to fight
Ilya.
That guy.
Ilya.
But it was gonna be for the title, right?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be Ilya Carmelo 3 for the championship.
Okay.
But Miz decided he didn't want to do that. So because I had seen reports earlier in the day that they were gonna do Melo Ilya, and the story would have been that Miz was supposed to attack Ilya in the back, but they scrapped it. Instead, they gave us what actually happened. That's what I had seen before SmackDown aired. That for some reason Miz's beatdown of Ilya was scrapped, and they don't know why.
Okay.
So you got the backstage segment. Miz and Carmelo's just talking. Doesn't really matter. Mel just always gets the better up on Miz on the mic. It doesn't matter what they said. It made him feel like shit. He walks away. So Melo gets into the ring, pulls out Ilya. Ilya gets down to the ring. He gets in the ring. Solo's music hits. Solo comes up. Solo talks about how, him and his MFTs, run SmackDown. They're the tag team champions, and they would need to add singles gold to their group. Melo basically tells him, well, the open challenge was closed for this week. I was going to face Ilya, but what would be great is if I walked into SmackDown with one championship and I walk out with two. So me and Ilya against any two of you for the titles. Solo kind of mocks him. They all get into the ring. They do a 5-on-2 beatdown. Cardona, Apollo Crews hit the ring first to make the save. And then Shinsuke Nakamura hits the ring to make it 5-on-5.
Now here's why it bothered me that Shinsuke even came out. Because they made it seem like he was the end-all, be-all savior of this. Like they were going to push this man in some sort of light. Right? The way he came out to like save the day. And then, no. That's literally not what happened. And it just pissed me off because I'm like, so what are we doing with this guy? And why do we set him up real quick just to look like something? Like he was going to mean something towards this match.
My issue with this entire thing was going into this match was Cardona and Cruz are baby faces, so they're supposed to be friends and be respectful of Melo, right? Shinsuke has faced Melo and Ilya both in their open challenges for the United States Championship without winning it.
Mm-hmm.
But Shinsuke, Apollo, and Cardona don't have any bad blood when it comes to the MFTs. So
no, that's
the
not
baby
true.
faces.
One of the first weeks when Shinsuke.
Oh, one of the Shinsuke got beat down by the MFTs.
Yeah.
One of the first weeks, but we haven't seen that storyline play out at all.
Well, he's still beefing with this
He's
guy.
still beefing with Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
He's beefing with Tama Tonga in a backstage thing.
Yes.
Every single week. Okay, so that makes sense. But the other two just happen to show up. Like we need two people we're not doing anything with for a 10-man tag team match. Right?
I would argue that again they want to go for the U.S. title, right? And the way that this guy has been representing it, it's about honor and so on and so forth. And so the honorable thing when two men are getting their asses beat is to jump in and save them.
No,
that's what I'm going with.
So British Adam Pearce comes out and says, since all of y'all want to fight, I think it'll be a great opportunity this week if we have a supersized 10-man tag team match on SmackDown. We're not going to get into this. This match we're just going to go into the very end of this match where everybody had their one spot. They all hit their finishers, and eventually Tama Tonga hits the cutthroat on Carmelo Hayes to get the pinfall on Carmelo.
Surprised it wasn't Shinsuke.
But I understand Tama getting the pin on Melo because now you motivate a United States Championship opportunity for Tama.
I understood. Tonga. I'm just saying the way they keep booking my man Shinsuke.
If you're gonna book one person to get the pinfall in that match, it's not gonna be Carmelo Hayes. It's gonna be the fake Nigerian man who used to talk with an accent with the Intercontinental Championship.
He has more. He has more of an uphill trajectory right now than
get out of here. Get out. This man hasn't been on TV in 2 years.
Okay, so far he's been on TV. He didn't get the pin. That's it. That's already more than Shinsuke can say. He's been getting pinned left and right. And that's when he's shown on TV. This man's gone 2 weeks in a row being on TV, and he was not the one to lose for the team. He's up.
That's what we're going with?
That's what I'm going with. He's up right now. I'm willing to, as a special TikTok episode, I'm willing to go through and argue that everybody right now is being booked better than Shinsuke Nakamura. Everybody. Everybody.
I'm trying to think of somebody who's being worse booked.
Including, what's his name? Kit, whatever the hell.
Kit Wilson.
I thought it was Wilson. I thought I was going to say it wrong. Okay.
No, Kit Wilson is correct.
Okay. Including Kit Wilson is being booked better than Shinsuke Nakamura.
I got nothing. I'm trying to think of somebody bad in who's being booked poorly, and it's just two names in my mind, and that's only because they should be higher on the totem pole than they are, and they're not being booked properly, and it's both LA Knight and Austin Theory. Those are the two guys.
Oh, I was going to say Rey Fenix.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee has wins.
Bravo and Americano.
They're booked to lose. That's their whole purpose.
Tonga Loa. Don't tell me he's a tag team champion. Tonga Loa is the worst of that entire group.
Tonga Loa?
Tonga Loa. Not Tama Tonga, the other one.
I know who you're talking about.
The one with
Tonga
the Mr.
Loa
Terrific T on his face.
And not MC Mateo?
MC Mateo. You just made him a rapper. JC Mateo. Jeff Cobb. Oh, yeah, that's... You can make the argument, JC Mateo. Anyways, let's get back into the show before we get into this tangent. We gotta.
It's not much of a show to get into, buddy.
That's okay. We got stuff to complain about. Starting with this next match, because we got a backstage segment where Charlotte Flair is apologizing to Alexa Bliss for accidentally knocking her out of the Royal Rumble, and then they're trying to tell us that it wasn't Charlotte who eliminated her, it was Nia Jax.
Which is what pissed me off, because I'm like, you can actually tell a story and make me care about this right now, and you just chose to be like, nah, it's okay, we don't want to do that.
I think they did so because this is where I hate dirt sheets and reporters, because they had come out during the week, but that spot was botched. Like when Charlotte knocked out Nia, Alexa wasn't supposed to be knocked out in that spot, which is why, if you look back at it, they both look actually shocked and not knowing what to do. I don't think the story is Charlotte was supposed to knock out Alexa Bliss there. So they tried.
Listen, and okay, that's perfectly fine. But now that happened, you could be making a story out of this.
Yeah, but no, they want Charlotte to be babyface. They want her to get over, and having her be contrite and try to shower Alexa Bliss with gifts makes it has an annoying little charm to it. I get it. Like she gave her a signed picture of Charlotte Flair and some black spray painted roses. Like, whatever.
Again, I understand that you're trying to make her a super babyface. I get that. But at the same time, this is stale already. This is stale.
They're also going to be in that 6-woman tag team match at WrestleMania.
Which earlier when you were mentioning teams, I'm like, I'm surprised you didn't mention these two. But
I forgot about them, to be honest with you. They're also going to be in that 16 woman tag team title match at Mania. But yeah, no, we get the match between Elimination Chamber qualifying match to determine who's going to WrestleMania to face probably Jade Cargill. I really try to do that every single week. Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Zelina Vega.
Mm-hmm. Vignette for Zelina.
Vignette for Alistair and Zelina beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Zelina gets Alistair's entrance, where she looked great in Alistair's entrance. I gave it to her. The presentation of Zelina with that music was much better than her just.
You understand, when I saw that vignette, I literally said, this solidifies the fact that she's going to lose tonight.
I want to. You thought Zelina was gonna win this match? There
No,
was no
but as soon
shot.
as there was a vignette, I knew.
There was no shot anyone but Alexa was coming out of this match.
It's stupid. And Charlotte's coming out of next week.
Yes. And here's the thing. Zelina's like former United States champion.
Yep.
Julia is the person who beat her for the United States championship.
Yep.
I get it. Alexa is a former, 4 or 5-time women's champion across the years in WWE. But you need to make Julia somehow. And she lost again this week. I believe Zelina took the pinfall this week. She didn't get the pin. Julia got pinned last week in the tag match. But Zelina took the pinfall this week after Alexa hits her with the Sister Abigail DDT. But you're not doing Julia any favors by having her consistently lose matches, because she's not going to have a match at Elimination Chamber, which means that mid-card U.S. Championship is not going to be on the PLE again. And at this point, I don't think that title is going to be defended at Mania. I don't think Julia's going to have a match. The Intercontinental Championship, just put it on perspective because it's the same level of title on Raw, will be defended at Mania because it's going to be Becky and AJ. Well, I mean, Becky's probably going to win it at Elimination Chamber, and AJ will probably have a rematch at Mania. So,
the other way around.
You think AJ wins at Chamber and then Becky wins it back at Mania?
Oh no, I thought that's what you were trying to say.
No, I think Becky wins at Chamber and AJ gets another match at Mania.
A rematch? Why? I wouldn't.
I don't know, man. Like, they're gonna send this out, man. AJ Lee just tweeted out earlier today that she's gonna be in 2K26 because they scanned her face last year without telling anybody. She's gonna be around for a while.
Okay.
No, but that Intercontinental Championship is gonna be defended. I think my phone's ringing.
It's not.
It's not. It was a text message.
I know it's not, only because I usually hear it on the table when it's like zzz, zzz.
It was a text message. I think it was Matthew.
I got you.
So no, but that United States Championship is not going to be defended at Mania. You can't make Julia if the title doesn't mean anything, and you can't make the title if the person who's holding the title isn't elevated to a level where you need to care about her. So what are we doing with her? Like, she's in the argument. We were just thinking men before. She might be on the Shinsuke Nakamura level of how you're booking people right now. Like, because it's really, really bad.
I'll give it to you. She's on that level. On the women's side.
All right, so then we get a
Which
rematch.
Is crazy,
no one asked.
she's a title holder.
She's a champion. I was thinking the same thing. She's a champion. We don't care about her. So we got a backstage segment. Sami Zayn, Rey Fenix. Sami basically telling Rey Fenix, "Thank you for trying to motivate me last week. I was in a dark place. But go out there and shut Trick up." And Rey tries to tell him, "Sami, I respect you. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna win tonight, and your thing." But Trick's music hits, but she gets them pissed off. Sami tells him to go out there and shut him up. Spoiler: he did not shut him up. Trick Williams gets the win.
Not shut him up.
Trick is a star. See, there's the things like when Trick came up from NXT. The one thing I was worried about was because NXT is in such a weird place where, to me, it's the most casual it's been in a long time. Like, not even casual. Unless you're truly going out to find NXT and watch it, I don't know how many casuals are actually watching NXT and know the stars down there. So when Trick came up, I'm like, let's see what the response is going to be to him from the crowd. But no, these crowds are going all in on Trick Williams and that whoop that Trick chant. Like, they're and he's gonna be a guy
it's the
who
new Jey
has
Uso entrance.
It is the new Jey Uso entrance, but I also think like he's so good as a heel. and it's a Dominic Mysterio effect. Eventually, the babyface turn is going to just come natural. And I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. He's brand new to the main roster, but eventually the babyface turn for Trick Williams is going to be huge. I've heard comparisons to like an early Edge for him.
Okay.
So just that level of people being behind him. But he's great. I love Trick. He needs to get a little better in the ring. He's not great in the ring. He needs to get a little better in the ring. But he does get the swing with the trick shot. Ray Phoenix is great in the ring. Ray Phoenix is awesome. Some of the things he was doing in this match is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's always
booked to lose.
Ring. Yeah.
But he's booked to lose every week. And he needs credible wins. And we talked about this before. If he's not going to get credible wins on the singles aspect, if you're not going to do anything with him there, tag them. Give me the Lucha Brothers. Like, give me a reason to care about
a dominant tag team.
I wouldn't even say dominant. Have them be consistently in the tag team title picture. You have so many tag teams on Raw you're not doing anything with. Like, I understand the SmackDown tag team titles are held up in this stupid MFT. Oh, we totally forgot about that. The Wyatts came out and after the match. Oh, yeah. That didn't even happen yet. No, it did. We talked about that. We talked about that match. Yeah, the Wyatts came out and we're in the rafters, just standing over the MFTs. It
was so unimportant that's why we skipped over it.
And we totally forgot the backstage segment. It was all about that right at this match. But you can put Phoenix and Penta on Raw. You got those two. I understand you just squashed these two to Obafemi, but you got the War Raiders. You got the Creed brothers. You got New Day. Like, you have an actual tag division on Raw if you put them all on Raw, and you can do things. You got Bravo and Americano, like Bravo and Americano, Bravo and Ryo. I'm sorry. You have a tag division there that if you did something with, you got the Judgment Day with JD and whoever else you want to tag them with for the week, whether it be Finn or Dom or somebody. Like, there's tag people there. You got the Vision, like but they don't do anything with the tag teams. On like I said, on SmackDown is just held up by these two teams, and then you got the Street Profits who are nowhere to be found. They're apparently doing NXT house shows right now, trying to get Montez Ford back into shape. You saw the picture of him and his beer belly. But yeah, no, the tag division is just so underutilized right now, and you can have the Lucha Brothers just be a great tag team overall if you put them together. So let's talk about that backstage segment. So we get the Solos, the MFTs walking backstage, and Solo's pissed off because the Wyatts are just running around, and they walk to their dressing room, and he looks up, and I don't think you caught this because this is a very NXT thing. No, you're shaking your head. No, what?
You're skipping a whole part.
What am I skipping?
That segment starts with Johnny Gargano.
Oh, yeah, he's laying down on the thing. I forgot. He's laying down on the weight box.
Telling his wife that he has nothing because his tag partner is not there. The mask. He has no friends. He got nothing going on. And she was just like, so you have nothing. And he was like, nothing. And she's like, with me right here. He was like, I have nothing.
Gargano. I love Gargano.
As I was watching him, I just kept thinking about what we talked about, which is if only they pulled the trigger on him turning face and being the next Daniel Bryan.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he really is.
Gargano, you weren't watching NXT at the time, but Gargano as the head of his family, The Way, where Indy was his quote-unquote adopted daughter, Dexter Lumis was his son-in-law, and Austin Theory was his quote-unquote son, and they were just it was hysterical because Gargano holds them all together, and it was great because Indy Hartwell was actually trained by Gargano, so they had that thing together, and obviously Candice LeRae is his real life wife, so he had a family. But that's the Austin Theory I love because he was such a comedic meathead
Mm-hmm.
in that role that I always say it's like he can get over as a baby face as Austin Theory because of what he did when he was in NXT with the way Gargano's so good in comedy like that, like let him be natural and go out there. But yeah, so he's just laying on the weight box. Eventually, Candice wheels him away, and so then they get to their locker room, and Dexter Loomis.
No.
What am I missing? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the picture on the door.
No.
What did I miss?
Motor City Machine Guns.
All these people who don't matter. It's only
Fraxium.
the only thing. The only
I'm just saying
more tag
teams
on SmackDown that they're doing nothing with, who want tag team title opportunities, and
think about this.
Basically,
all the
Solo
tag
tells
teams,
them you haven't earned a title shot.
All those tag teams in this segment, and it was all centered around Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
Around the guy who lost his tag partner and no longer technically is in the tag division. That's
no longer is in the company, went to another company, won a title in the other company, and has already lost that title in that company. Yep. A lot has happened in 3 weeks for Tommaso Ciampa. Oh God!
I'm sure he's happier.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, he basically Solo tells them, "You guys have not earned a tag team title opportunity," and so next week on SmackDown, can we just get Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns? Like, just give me that match. Like, and I understand to motivate who's going to be going for the tag titles. Something, because I don't need these backstage segments where none of them wrestle ever, but they are all worried about Johnny Gargano crying all over the place. Because the Motor City Machine Guns are friends with Johnny Gargano going back to their pro wrestling guerrilla days, and Fraxium's been in a feud with Gargano over the mask for the last 5 weeks. So you have two different stories revolving around just him, like you said. No, you know what's probably going to happen. We're probably going to get a 10-person tag team match next week between Gargano, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Fraxium versus the MFTs.
Oh God!
I just put it into the world, into existence.
Also, that doesn't make sense.
Because Gargano's technically a heel, and Axiom and Fraxium don't like him.
No, it would make more sense if it was Candice involved, because you're forgetting about Nikki Cross.
Oh, because it's not the Wyatts, the MFTs.
Oh, you said the MFTs. I don't know
MFTs,
why I heard Wyatts. I'm sorry.
No, the MFTs.
Immediately, I was like, that don't make no sense because of the mixed gender.
No, MFT.
Tag Wyatts. That can't happen.
Yeah, so eventually, then they walk by them, and Dexter Loomis's gimmick in NXT was he's Dexter.
Yeah.
He's a serial killer who paints. That's Dexter, the TV show. So he gets to the locker room, and there's a drawing on the door of Solo's head as Bray Wyatt's lantern. Mm-hmm. But it was done in the way of the original Fiend lantern, where it was Bray's severed head that they had to stop using because people were getting upset that their children were afraid of Bray's severed head lantern with the thing, because it was just that. Yeah. So that's the Fiend's original lantern was I remember. So then they had to stop using it. So it's with the eyes crossed out and everything, which I thought was a dope little callback as well. So they get pissed off. I like little callbacks like that, but this needs to end. Like, we talk about this every Friday or Saturday when we do these things now, and the level of disappointment I am for where the Wyatts are from where they started almost 2 years ago. I think I'm officially done. I think we need to be done with this. Have it be done. Have them break up. Have Gacy and Loomis go on a tag team, be their own tag team. You're probably, once the Wyatt 6 is over, you're probably going to release Eric Redbeard again. Eric Rowan. He's probably going to get released and fired for a third time because without the Wyatts, they don't have a character for him. And put Nikki into the women's division because Nikki's Cross is a really good wrestler. And then figure something to do with Bo. But I think I'm done with this. I can't keep hoping for dimension in this group when it's just the same thing every single week.
I've been saying this since their inception. I'm just saying.
Their inception was dope. The problem was they didn't follow through.
No, I think you're forgetting that the dopeness lasted about 2 weeks, and then quickly fell off. Okay, like it was a ridiculous fall off.
I'm thinking of I mean, I agree with you. The initial night when they debuted, when they basically murdered everybody in the back.
Yeah.
Raw went off the air with, I hope this doesn't get us canceled. Raw went off the air with Chad Gable basically having a bullet hole in his brain. and it was like, okay, this is professional wrestling, but we're simulating gunshot wounds to somebody's head. It was dope because it was different. And then we had like 2 or 3 weeks of segments that really examined the psyche of loss and grief in a way that made sense for the group. And in a way that I said they could tell a real great multi-layered story with this group if they followed this. The problem was Chad Gable, Rotunda, Bo Dallas. The problem was Bo Dallas, since the inception of this group, for one reason or another, has taken sabbaticals like crazy. He's been off TV for injury. He's been on TV for his father being sick. He's been off TV for something, for a third reason. But there have been like 3 times where he was off TV for months at a time. Mm-hmm. So this group's momentum struggled. And by the time you got them back, you forgot what the actual reasoning they were feuding with people was. This group's mentality has always been, we're going to hurt people who disrespect the name of family. And the reason we're going to hurt people who disrespect the name of family is because we're all hurting ourselves on the inside from the loss of our friend and our real life brother. So how do we heal ourselves? The way Bray used to have hurt and heal written on his fists, on his gloves. We hurt people to heal us because that makes us feel better about what we're doing. They never truly explored that. And that's why this group and this storyline falls flat to people, because it's just a supernatural pro wrestling gimmick now with 5 people with no dimension. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm done with it. I'm done because it's just like, I don't need another Ministry of Darkness Brood style gimmick. I needed something that actually told a succinct story for what you guys have either gone through in real life or on TV. You got Eric Rowan over here in the back, who has lost 2 of his best friends from the original Wyatt family in the last 5 years with John Huber and Bray Wyatt. And you didn't tell a story really about Eric Rowan or Bo Dallas being hurt from those losses. This is why they failed. This is why Paul Levesque has dropped the ball with this group. Because I don't know if he knows how to write that. He knows how to write Cody winning. Because we can...
You're out of control. We're not there yet.
I know. We have one more match before that. And a backstage segment where Cody's getting interviewed in front of his bus where he says absolutely nothing.
I didn't see that, but I did see the Kit Wilson and Obafemi.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Cody's just getting interviewed in the back, and he says, I'm going to be made... He goes, it's the dream, right? So it's the dream to main event WrestleMania again and to win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you have main evented twice. Like you really need to sell us on it's your dream to main event WrestleMania. No, you've done it twice in the 3 years you've been back with the company. You don't, and the third WrestleMania you were at, you were a surprise to people and had probably the one thing people are going to remember from that WrestleMania to begin with was you coming out of the Cody elevator facing Seth Rollins. like, like you have, like you don't need to sell us on why WrestleMania is a big deal. He should have been selling about why he's pissed off at Jacob Fatu going into that match tonight, or how much respect he has for Sami Zayn, and how Sami should be the one who gets his WrestleMania shot at some point. But unfortunately, my time is not over. And Sami, you were my friend, and I respect you, but you're gonna have to earn it tonight. That should have been the promo. Just WWE. Mm-hmm. All right, so then we get Jordan Grace, Jade Cargill. This is where I got it confused. Before the match starts, Liv Morgan, I was almost called her Alexa Bliss again. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Dominic Mysterio come out. Liv tells them, I still haven't made my choice yet, but since I need to make my choice, my boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, the best boyfriend in the whole world, has scheduled a date night for Valentine's Day for us. Mm-hmm. And we're going to sit ringside and watch this match.
I love that the meal consisted of nothing but nuggets.
I was going to get there. So then you see the stage hands bringing in the stools and everything for them. And they're sitting there eating. The meal was chicken nuggets and a bottle of champagne with Dominic Mysterio's face on the bottle. Mm-hmm. Did you hear the commentary when they were talking about Dominic Mysterio's face on the bottle? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Joe Tessitore says that bottle can't be real champagne. He says something about the varietal and the region it came from. He goes, it can't be real champagne. It's not from the region. And Wade Barrett says, I've always heard a bottle of Dom was very expensive. Dom Perignon. I was listening to it. As the person who's worked for 7 years in the alcohol industry, I heard that. It made me chuckle. I'm like, these guys are stupid.
Yes. Agreed.
All right. So let's talk about the match. Jade Cargill, Jordan Grace for the WWE Women's Championship. Do you remember what you said to me last week when we talked about this match and what you thought this match was going to be? Mm-hmm. No, do you remember what you said to me?
No.
Is that a hair or do you have a scar on your forehead?
It's a hair?
Oh, it's a hair.
It's a curl.
Okay. You said, I believe Jordan Grace can carry Jade Cargill through a great match.
I did say that.
And what did we get?
You know what it reminded me of? Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
WrestleMania 20?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. They were both just doing but Jordan was doing some moves out there that I hadn't seen before, but they looked clunky. They were moving very slowly. It seemed at times like they wanted to make sure they hit their spot. They didn't mess it up, but it was really slow. And the whole time you can hear Jordan trying to guide her through the match. You kept hearing her talk through the hot mic.
Mm-hmm. That's a great call. Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden with Austin as a referee, where the crowd is just chanting "F these guys" because they were both leaving.
Yeah.
That's a good call because it is two powerhouses in the ring, right? And
Yeah.
the ref and the commentary is trying to get them over as two powerhouse women. This was again, this was very Vince McMahon style booking. Let's take our two big, strong people and put them in the ring together and have them beat the crap out of each other. Not that the match was bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't bad. There was just there were moments where it just took me out of it.
Yeah, I just felt like I said, Jordan Grace is a good wrestler, but I don't think she's the person to carry a match. Her best times I've ever seen her in the ring was when she's in the ring with somebody. Styles make fights, right? That's the boxing. Styles make fights. When you have two people in the ring who have a similar style, to your point, it can look slow and plodding and clunky. Like Jordan Grace needs somebody who's in the ring, who's technical, who can do a ground mat based style match like a Diana Purrazzo. She needs somebody in the ring like a Trinity Fatu when they had their feud in TNA, who's a little bit more faster paced and can pick the pace up a little bit. She needs somebody like when she was in NXT, she had great matches against Roxanne Perez because that's not just her nickname for a 23 or 24-year-old star. Roxanne Perez is a fantastic wrestler. She is a prodigy. She's going to be a star for a long time. Jade is not able to keep up yet in the ring. I know you used to say I'm disrespectful to her during her initial AEW run, and I was like, she can't go. She can't wrestle. She's terrible. She's better. But there's still work to be done to get to the level of star she is on WWE is higher than the level of wrestler she is. And that's the best way I can put it. Fine. It was fine. I didn't think Jordan was going to get this win. It's too early for Jordan to get a Mania match.
I didn't expect her to get the win. However, I didn't expect this chick to freaking pull off her finisher with one hand.
Oh, that was all Jordan Grace, though. Like she pulled off the finisher with one hand, but that's due to Jordan's athleticism getting up there.
No, 1,000%. That's not the point. The point is she did it. That was just super, super disrespectful to me.
You either need to cut it back. I don't know if it recorded fine for you, but it
recorded fine for me. I didn't hear you whatsoever. You blanked out and did some like Digimon.
Gotcha. That's what happened for me for you. Yeah, no, she hit her with a one-armed Jaded, which looked great because the story was Jade had earlier in the match used her left hand trying to do a chop on the ring post. Jordan moved, so she was one-armed throughout the rest of the match.
Yes.
So she hit the one-armed Jaded for the win.
But it's the fact that she beat her like that in such a dominating fashion that for me, I feel it killed Jordan Grace right there.
I mean, what do we always say? I say wins and losses don't matter. I understand where you say this killed her.
So many times you've been proven wrong, my friend.
I don't think wins and losses matter. I think coming out of Mania, you got to get through Mania, right? You got to make Jade look strong going into Mania to face whoever she's facing at Mania. Spoiler alert: it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. So you need Jade to look strong, and how do you make her look strong? You have her get her first championship defense in 6 months win against Jordan Grace, especially doing it one-armed. You can, coming out of Mania, you can reverse course and make people care about Jordan Grace again. You've seen what they've done with Natty on Raw over the last 2 weeks.
I'm not saying that they can't reverse what they're doing. I'm just saying they did it.
I know, but think about what they've done to Natty Neidhart for the last decade of her career.
And I get that, but you're still arguing the turnaround. I'm just discussing the fact that we have to have a turnaround at this point.
But that's what not every wrestler, but in order to make
it's not the fact that she won, it's the how she won.
I get it. So what I'm saying is, in order to make stars, in order to elevate somebody, you got to kind of bring somebody down a peg, right? And Jordan taking this loss, even on a one-armed Jaded. Jordan looked fine in this match. She had a couple powerful moves. She made those. She had a nice Hurricane Rana. Like they did enough for Jordan that I don't feel that it was a complete squash of Jordan moving forward. Like that's not the big deal. The story of this is Jade is a dominant in this women's division right now. Who's going to take this title off her? Who can take this title off her? Can it be Liv Morgan at Mania because Liv is that good? Or is it going to be somebody else?
She's going after
her. She's going after her, I know, but I think it's going to be Tiffany at Mania. I don't think Tiffany's going to beat her. I think Jade's probably going to retain over Tiffany if it is Tiffany. There was the report earlier in the week. Take a grain of salt because we'll get into Dave Meltzer reports later when we talk about LA Knight. But there was the report earlier in the week by multiple people that Bianca Belair is listed to be on the Mania card in some fashion. They didn't say for what role, but they're internally saying Bianca will be ready at Mania for something. So maybe she makes a return at Mania. Maybe she costs Jade the championship. Maybe she's another special guest referee. But they are saying Bianca will be ready and back by Mania. So maybe we get Bianca in Chamber. That's the only thing I can see.
But
if she can get one of these spots, I don't know. If she can get to one of these spots.
Or they do like the sixth person will be revealed or whatever, the fifth person.
Or somebody or they took Bailey out of her Mania match last year with 2 days notice because Lyra just wanted to team with Becky, bro. They can figure out a way to get somebody out of this match and get Bianca in. My issue with that is Bianca Jade is a money match at Mania. But Bianca and Jade in storyline don't dislike each other.
No, they don't.
The story was Naomi Jade with Bianca being stuck in the middle.
Yes.
With Naomi not being around because of pregnancy.
Yes.
How do you tell a story of Bianca and Jade if Bianca comes back and wins this match?
100% agree. Unless she wins the match and then the only story is you won match, I'm going to beat you down. And no, I won match, but then I'm going to win title.
But then we're gonna have a respectful rivalry between the two of them because because they were former tag team champions.
We're supposed to believe that it's a blood feud, despite the fact that there was no build up.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Jade has now a heel, so maybe Bianca would win. Bianca's like, we're friends. I don't like everything you're doing, but we're friends, so maybe I can turn you back into the person I really know. Mm-hmm. But then Jade comes out and beats Bianca down multiple times, and then that's how we get the feud. Like I'm just spitballing how you even get there because it doesn't make sense. Because that's the only match for Jade I'd be really excited for at Mania is a Bianca match.
If there's no Bianca, do you just not put her on the card?
No, you can't because you have the Elimination Chamber match, and the winner of that's facing Jade at Mania.
Never mind, I forgot. Why does Julia not have some stipulation like this happening right now? Jesus. And instead, she's participating. She was participating before she got eliminated.
In the tag title.
Well, besides that, she's also was participating to be in the chamber to get a chance at said title.
Well, that's because Kiana James, who wants to be greatest agent in the world, the Drew Rosenhaus and I forget the baseball agent, the guy who has Moving on. She wants to be greatest agent in the world. Wants her client to be triple champion and not have to defend her title that she already has. So how do I get my client elevated? We're gonna become tag team champions. Even though I'm a manager and I shouldn't be going for titles, we're gonna become tag team champions. And my client's gonna win Elimination Chamber and win the World Heavyweight Championship or WWE Championship at Mania. She's gonna be a triple champion. I got nothing. Like, you know what you could do? You know what you could have done with both of these chamber matches and maybe this is just my booking. Maybe other people wouldn't care about it. If you you could have used these chamber matches to motivate for the mid card championships, right? So instead of having the chamber match winners face off or get the title that the Royal Rumble winner doesn't get at Mania, you could have said, okay, we're gonna have 2 chamber matches on one on Raw, one on Smack, one for Raw, one for the men, one for the women. One will be for the men's Intercontinental Champion or men's United States Championship, and the other one will be for the one of the women's championships. And you throw 3 women on from Raw and 3 women from SmackDown in each, or 3 women from Raw and 2 women and a champion for the other one, and you have those bookend the shows. So that way you take a lot of your mid-carders who are doing nothing, and you have them vying for a championship that doesn't mean something, and you're instantly elevating the importance of that championship because everybody wants it. That's something you could have done. Take your Zelina Vega. Take your, not Chelsea Green because she legitimately has a broken ankle again. But it would have been your Chelsea Green because she broke her ankle on a house show. Chelsea's always getting hurt. Like, that's another
But you
thing.
also got to give it to Chelsea the fact that she gets hurt and she's still on TV.
Yeah, she
Not
finds
like
a way to make it
else, they get
entertaining.
hurt and right away they're just written off for months at a time when they could still be a TV personality and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, like they need to figure out a way to elevate these mid-card championships. You got 4 of them between the men and the women, these mid-card titles. And I can't tell you sometimes who the champion is. You asked me last week after we had talked about it, who is the United States champion right now? And I said, we just talked about Carmelo Hayes in the United States Open Challenge. And they're forgetful. You can legitimately just forget. I forget from time to time Dom Mysterio was the Intercontinental Champion because he's never there to defend it. Meanwhile, he's down here in AAA doing a hair versus whatever match with El Hijo del Vikingo. All right, so we got our main event. Sammy, Cody, Jacob Fatu.
So I ruined this for myself through TikTok.
So
it was about as much as I expected. I was pissed off by the ending. The finish pissed me the hell off.
So before the match starts, Drew is in the back. He's getting interviewed.
Yeah.
And he talks about Cody, he talks about Jacob, and he just says neither one of them should be in this chamber match. Neither one of them should be winning. Should have a shot at my championships. And then he goes to talk about Sammy, and Sammy just happens to walk into frame, and he shoos away Kathy Kelly, and he looks at Sammy. He goes, "I understand you're upset that I beat you at." I was going to say Clash in the Castle. That's not right. Saudi Arabia. What was that show? Royal Rumble. Yeah, I said that I beat you in Saudi, but this is your time. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna win this match tonight. And Sammy looked confused, so Sammy goes to the ring. Sammy. By the way, my thumbnail for the show is Sammy sitting on the apron, staring back at Cody Rhodes, because I felt like we don't have to get into the machinations of this match. It's a really good match. These 3 guys are all great. Sammy might be the best wrestler in ring competitor of the 3 of them. Sammy's great. But this match gets not squashed, but interfered with by Drew McIntyre. So towards the end, Cody hit a crossroads on Sammy. No, he hit not a crossroads. He hit the Cody cutter on Sammy. Jacob Fatu threw Cody out of the ring. He hits his version of the prettiest moonsault ever. And as he's going for the pinfall on the 2 count, Drew McIntyre hits the ring. He hits the Claymore on Jacob Fatu. That's what I was going to get confused with. He hits the Claymore on Jacob Fatu, takes him out of the ring, power bombs Jacob through the announce desk. I knew somebody Samoan went through announce desk. I was getting him and Nia confused. So he gets powerbombed through the announce desk. Cody tries to fight him
Through
off.
the reinforced table.
Through that reinforced Netflix
They always
table.
have to, they always have to throw in the fact that it's a reinforced table now.
But this is where I hated the ending of this.
Mm.
Drew hit a Claymore on Cody. That should be it. It should be over. He hits a Claymore on Cody. Cody, Sammy, who's laid out in the middle of the ring after the moonsault, he drags Sammy on top of Cody, so because it's a no DQ match, leaves the ring. Referee counts it 2. Cody kicks out. So Cody is officially Super Cena 2009, kicking out of everything again. Drew gets back in the ring, starts beating Cody down in the corner. Sammy sets up, goes for a haluva kick because Cody had turned the tables and got out of the ring. Hits Drew with the haluva kick. Cody gets back up, forgets that Sammy essentially just saved Cody, got up, hit Sammy with the crossroads, and got the pinfall over Sammy for the 1, 2, 3. So Cody gets the win. Cody's moving on to Elimination Chamber. This is why I hated the finish. First of all, Cody does not need another win.
He does not.
I've been saying for months it's going to be Cody, Jacob, Drew at Mania. You need to have Cody in Elimination Chamber at this point to motivate that match. I understand that because Cody's going to win Chamber, challenge Drew. Jacob's going to attack him. Unless we do the Fatal 4-Way. We might get the Fatal 4-Way with Sammy in that match, which you said last week, and I didn't think so. But after this week, we might be moving towards the Fatal 4-Way with Sammy. Cody being the quote-unquote friend and being respectable of Sami Zayn. Sami just saved you from Drew McIntyre. Mm-hmm. And you basically said, F you, Sami, I'm going to win this match at any means necessary because you just took Drew out. I'm not going to be the super babyface. You know what the super babyface thing would have been in that moment was? All right, Drew is taking out of the thing. Let Sami back up and let's restart this match, or at least so we were on the same footing.
Yes.
But no, Cody said, screw that. Crossroads, 1, 2, 3, win.
Yep.
Sami is the dumbest babyface ever. And I can imagine his best friend Kevin Owens sitting at home watching this in kayfabe, watching this Kevin Owens being like, in his little French accent, Sami, what are you doing? What? Like, why would you turn your back on Cody Rhodes? You know he's a POS. Like, did you forget that entire feud I had with him last year? Like, what are you doing? This is your moment.
Matter of fact, and I would love for KO to come back with that because realistically, he was right. Cody's been doing some really, really questionable things lately.
Between you, I would love. I know Kevin Owens can't wrestle because of his neck injury, but I would love a segment where Kevin Owens just shows up and gets in Drew McIntyre's face and be like, "You know what, Drew? I respect you because you're the only one around here who sees what kind of piece of shit Cody Rhodes is." Mm-hmm. like the two of them, like those are the guys.
I hope he can come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that's how SmackDown goes off the air with Sami Zayn just looking back at Cody Rhodes and just like, oh crap, I missed another opportunity that should have been mine.
Mm-hmm. That's how they feel about Sami Zayn.
I guess I
don't see the payoff coming anytime soon. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Because it would be great. It would be great. You want to have a WrestleMania moment? You have Sami put into that fatal 4-way match. You have it be the end of night 1, and you have Sami win. Mm-hmm. If Sami got a win over Drew, Jacob, and Cody, and that's your culmination of night 1 WrestleMania, That's a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if you do it this year. I don't know if they want to do it to Cody. I don't know if
He doesn't need the title back again, bro.
I don't think you take the title off of Drew right now to begin with. But if you're gonna go a different route with the way they've been elevating Sammy without truly elevating him, like he's right there and he's getting these moments and he keeps grasping for it, but he gets this close and either he gets squashed by Drew McIntyre or a guy who he thought was his friend is now not doing things to help him, or Jacob Fatu, who's family to a guy to who's cousins of the bloodline who he used to run with is in his way as well, and he's got to take them all down to win the title. That's a story you can tell. But how do we get there? This is why I hate the Elimination Chamber concept right now, because the winner of the Chamber gets that title match. How do we get the combination of all these stories when only one person can face off against Drew McIntyre?
They're the last three, and something crazy happens.
But here's the thing. They're the last three. Jacob Fatu and Sammy aren't in the match because they lost.
Oh.
Like,
no, I'm saying it's the last three, and that's when Drew does something.
yeah, I know, but they're not going to be in the chamber match.
Oh, yeah, because they both lost this match.
They both lost a qualifying match.
I got nothing.
That's...
I got nothing. I don't know what they're doing. They're going to do something stupid. That's what I'm leaning towards.
Because, like, if you... To motivate one man in there after Cody wins, I can see. You can't motivate both of them in there. You can't forcibly put both of them into the match. Because it'll be... Remember last year when it was Bianca, Rhea, and Io at Mania? It was supposed to be Bianca. It was supposed to be Rhea, Io at Mania, it was supposed to be Bianca was facing the winner of the championship match on Raw. That Bianca was a special guest referee, but she threw the match out because they both accidentally hit her. Mm-hmm. And so that's how you motivated the triple threat match at Mania. You can't do that this time around unless you say somebody here, one of you guys is a special guest referee for the Elimination Chamber match, which would be crazy to begin with. Like Jacob Fatu, Samoan Werewolf, you're good. You're the only one who can keep all these people under control during the Elimination Chamber match. Yeah, that was Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep, that was SmackDown.
What is your letter grade for this week's SmackDown?
D-.
I was gonna say F triple plus, but okay.
F triple plus. What is wrong with you? F triple plus.
You're just there. You're that close to a passing grade. That close.
Oh God.
You're 69.997. Wait, no, 69 is passing. You're 59.9.
The Wrestling Observer gave WWE the worst booked company of the year.
They've done that every single year for like the last 15 years.
Oh, really?
Dave Meltzer. Yeah, Dave Meltzer is a indie wrestling fan. He's always going to put New Japan and AEW higher than WWE because it's not his style of wrestling. He obviously covers it because it's WWE. They're the pinnacle. But it's just not, this year has just not been a compelling year for WWE. AEW is on a rebound creatively. They're doing much better.
I just want to point out Triple H was doing really great in the beginning.
Yes, he was.
Like, really great. And the fall off is crazy. I don't know what they've done in that creative room. Like, who they swapped out. But this is not what it was.
I can answer that.
Go.
In the words of the great Joe Anawai, I gave you guys 2 years to make a star, and I think that's the number one. I think that's the issue.
Okay.
Roman lost the championship at 40 to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, as number one guy in this company for almost 2 years, has been non-compelling. He's had 2 feuds that we actually care about in Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. And that's calling it a stretch with Drew McIntyre because it's going on forever.
I cared about his John Cena feud.
Okay, 3. We'll put John Cena in there. 3. But I'm just saying, it's like Cody's run as top guy and champion as top guy has been non-compelling. Mm-hmm. There was no one else. Cena took the title off him for a few months, but besides, and now Drew took the title off him, and KO could have taken the title off him. But those little mini feuds he had in the middle, that Shinsuke Nakamura feud he had, that AJ Styles feud he had, the little solo Sikoa feud he had. You never thought that those guys were ever a threat to Cody Rhodes, and by having him be that guy who's never going to lose, fans can check out. He's not compelling. Roman, at least as much as he was champion for almost 5 years, the Bloodline story and saga kept you compelled because the interpersonal dynamics between all of the characters involved was like, what's going to happen next week? What's Jay going to do? What's Jimmy going to do? And then when they infused Sammy into it, it got better. So there was reasons to check into SmackDown every single week. Because even if you only got those 2 or 3 segments, including the backstage segments with the Bloodline, you were compelled by something to keep you engaged with the show. Now it's just like, I'm not compelled by anything you're doing on this show right now, especially on the SmackDown side. Raw, it's a little better. Raw, there's some compelling stuff going up over on Raw, especially in the world title scene, where now you have Punk and Roman, and you had Punk and Rollins before, and you have Rollins and Braun, that story going on. There's stuff keeping us involved in Raw, but in SmackDown, it's just been really bad all year. And it's just, making it 3 hours doesn't help. Mm-hmm. Ignoring your tag division doesn't help. Ignoring your women's division and taking all of your women and putting them in the women's tag division didn't help. Like, there's not a lot to really look forward to when you're watching SmackDown. At least that's on my level.
Yeah.
But you know what is going to make us look forward to WrestleMania? LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. Let's talk about it. So the report came out earlier this week that internally listed in WWE, this is Dave Meltzer again, but internally, Brock Lesnar is listed to be the opponent for one LA Knight. And why?
I was waiting for you. I thought you had a point because mine was going to be why.
This match is going to be, if this is the match at Mania for Brock Lesnar, this is going to be a terrible match.
Yes.
Their styles will not work well together. This is going to be like when Brock Lesnar faced Dean Ambrose in a street fight at WrestleMania, and their styles did not work well together. It was terrible. The only thing I can say is they're kind of, sort of, maybe telling a story of why you would get to Brock Lesnar LA Knight. You froze?
No.
No, you did froze. The only way I can say this is LA Knight is coming out every single week and taking out the Vision. So Paul Heyman is on the phone every single week in the backstage, on the phone with somebody, trying to deal with issues. So maybe he's going to call in a ringer for WrestleMania to deal with his LA Knight problem. And because remember, he did walk Brock Lesnar out during the Royal Rumble after his guys had been eliminated. He did so he's still, quote unquote, the advocate for Brock Lesnar. So to deal with LA Knight, he's going to bring in Brock. That's the only thing I can put together for how we get to LA Knight Brock Lesnar, because obviously there's no story there.
Watch this, bro.
No one. Absolutely nobody.
So why are we doing it?
I don't know, because once LA Knight loses to Brock Lesnar, what are we going to do with LA Knight? That's another thing. LA Knight's not beating Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar doesn't get elevated by beating LA Knight because you haven't done anything with LA Knight ever.
Yeah. Well, he beat up John Cena one last time for no goddamn reason, so might as well have him beat LA Knight for no goddamn reason.
And what has he done since after beating up John Cena? He's ripped his pants, or hitting R-Truth with an F5, and he fell down coming out on a Raw, and got eliminated by LA Knight and Cody Rhodes at Rumble.
Nah, it's fine.
That was the other thing. I have a question for you, sir.
Okay.
Would you be excited for a WrestleMania match between one said Logan Paul?
No. Don't say it.
Hear me out.
I said no.
And one
I said no.
Bad Bunny.
I said no.
You wouldn't like a Logan Paul Bad Bunny match?
I would not like a Logan Paul Bad Bunny match. No, that would be terrible.
They can fight for the Isle of Puerto Rico.
No, and no. No.
I actually don't think it'll be a bad match.
I bet you don't.
I think the lead up. I think the lead up to the match would be stupid and horrendous, and it would make no sense. But I think the match itself would be actually pretty solid.
Mm.
Logan is a good wrestler, and Bad Bunny is fine. He was fine. He had a good match against Damian Priest. And Damian Priest carried him through, and he had a solid match.
Done with you.
We're done with you. He's fine. He's fine. We haven't seen him in 2 years. Who knows if he can still wrestle? At least we see Logan Paul every week.
And as always, you can catch us on Spotify, TikTok, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with you. We're done.
Why? I'm being observant.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Understanding. I don't just glaze my people. You don't hear me coming out every single week saying a black man needs to be WWE champion every single week because I'm black.
I can't stand you. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.